guys, welcome back to a Little Piece of Heaven Farm. Today I'm going to plant a whole bunch of vegetables for a fall harvest. Some of them I can harvest through the winter and into the spring. You could grow just about anything you want for a fall harvest. You just gotta look up your zone and see when the first frost is, and then count backwards, and that will give you an idea when you could direct seed them. Or some of them you're probably gonna have to start them in the greenhouse first and then transplant them. That's all up to you. But I'm just gonna direct seed all my stuff. I know some of these, I think I've got a broccoli in here. It was saying, or broccoli? No, it's cabbage. I got a cabbage here. It was telling me that I should have planted these in July, but I kind of missed that. But I'm gonna go ahead and give it a shot anyway. That takes about 160 to 210 days. So I'm gonna go ahead and plant them anyway. I planted them in the past and they do survive the winter here. So I've got cabbage that I'm gonna plant, some carrots, parsnips, and of course I got the usual lettuce. They're all leaf lettuce, black Spanish radish. I found out they grow better in the fall than they do in the spring. In the spring they just want to bolt. But if you're plant them for a fall harvest, they do a lot better. Some Swiss chard. Here I'm going to plant some peas that'll grow up this. Got two kinds of peas, Lincoln and Lexington. I'm going to grow some turnips and of course radishes, rutabaga. I'm going to try to grow this cauliflower. It says it takes 48 to 60 days, and I got plenty of time for that to be ready. And broccoli. It's a 60-day variety, so basically 2 months. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get these peas planted here along this trellis. This is just some kind of wire mesh that you normally put in your concrete sidewalks or slabs. Anyway, it's used, found at a construction site, and they didn't want it. So I just really kind of had it for a few years. I just use it to grow my peas up on. Go ahead. Get about an inch deep trench through here and get these peas in planted. I like to plant them thick. And also inside the trellis here, I'm going to go ahead and plant some radishes. I mean, they'll be ready within a month, so they'll be all plucked out by the time the peas all growed up on this trellis. In this bed here, I'm going to plant some perpetual spinach Swiss chard. I grew these the last few years and they do overwinter very well. Depending upon how cold it gets during the winter, it will grow during the winter. Up here in this little square bed here, we're going to plant 3 different types of leaf lettuce. We're going to plant Grand Rapids, Butter Crunch, and Ruby Red leaf lettuce. this section of this bed here, I'm going to plant January King cabbage. Takes 160 to 210 days. I plant this every year by direct seed, and I've always get cabbage, these couple heads by the end of the year, and then the rest of them will form heads by spring. So you basically get a little bit like 2 harvests out of it. So let's get this planted. In this bed here, I got a couple of cauliflower still in here that's left over from my spring planting. I've already ate the heads off and whatnot. And some of them are growing back, sending up new shoots. I've done this before in the past where I go and allow it, and then I'll get little smaller heads of cauliflower in the fall. I'm going to try that again, and also I'm going to plant some fresh seeds of cauliflower in here, and probably some broccoli. See, you can see they're all coming up. Obviously you don't want them all to come up, and you wouldn't get much of a head at all. So I'm gonna remove a lot of that off in there. So just keep 1 or 2 going. And like this one here, it's already got a nice one off the side, so I'll probably keep him, and got quite a few there. Yeah, get this guy here all cleaned up. I think I'll pull that one out and feed it to the chickens. Okay, I got some more cauliflower seeds planted in there, and I got some broccoli seeds in there. I got this one pruned down to 1, and I think I'm going to go ahead and leave most of that on there and see what happens. Alright, on to my next fall crop planting. Alrighty, in this bed here, I'm going to plant some turnips called golden ball. And I'm going to plant a few rutabagas. Well, as you see, I still got some beets. I'm going to let them continue to grow. Probably end up harvesting those in the fall. Anyhow, amongst them, I'm going to plant some black Spanish radish. In this area, I'm going to plant some carrots called Denvers. Time for a little garden snack. Went and got some of my chocolate cherry tomatoes. Very good. Got some of my green beans. Oh yeah. Nothing like eating fresh vegetables out of your own garden. Well, I got the all my fall crop planted and watered in. Oh yeah. All those seeds I planted, except for the radishes and the peas, you know, those were pretty big size, especially the peas were big seeds. That had to bury them down 1/4 of an inch to an inch on the peas. But all the rest of them, like the broccoli, carrots, the rutabaga, the lettuce and cauliflower, and all the other ones I planted, really tiny seeds. I just surface sowed them, kind of roughed it in a little bit and watered it in. If need be, I'll thin them out. Oh yeah. Nothing beats a garden grown vegetable. This here is not a jalapeno. It doesn't have the heat, but it has the flavor. Oh yeah. Very good. This back here behind me is just Swiss chard, the rainbow variety. We've got some yellow ones, some red ones in there, some white ones. And here looks more of on the orange side. And they taste like spinach, like a mild spinach. I cook them up like spinach. Nope. These flowers behind me over here are nasturtium. I call them nasties. Well, anyhow, thanks for stopping by and checking out all the vegetables and stuff that I planted for my fall garden. And some of them will overwinter, if not all of it. It all depends how harsh of a winter we get. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.